QCUMBER squad. Right, man, another one. Billy Strings, another one by Sarah Anderson. Thank you very much for the request. Billy Strings, Dust in a Baggie. Now, I've never ever, it's live at the Opry, I've never ever heard of Billy Strings in my life, so excuse the ignorance. But yeah, it's another request by Sarah Anderson. I really appreciate it. Just skip the line request. And yeah, if you guys want to do any sort of skip the line request, you guys are more than welcome to just go down in the description, click the link, go to my website. You can also take a look at the calendar and see what is coming up from a paid reaction standpoint. I will eventually use that calendar for all of my scheduling of reactions, so you can see what I'm reacting to in a particular week. But yeah, anyway, let's rock and roll, man. Billy Strings, Dust in a Baggie, live at the Opry. Never heard this one before. Let's rock and roll. Let's go.
I ain't slept in 7 days, I haven't eaten 3. Methamphetamine has got a damn good hold of me. My tweaker friends have got me to the point of no return. I just took the life.
Wait a second. We started off with some, like, what is this? Is this considered country? Is this must be like country, or I don't know. Like, I mean, I've heard Upchurch in terms of like country, but this is like banjo on your porch type vibe. Let's go, man. I don't know. Is this considered country? I don't know. Excuse the ignorance, but let's go.
I ain't slept in 7 days, I haven't eaten 3. Methamphetamine has got a damn good hold of me. My tweaker friends have got me to the point of no return. I just took the lighter to the bowl and watch it burn. This life of sin has got me in. Well, it's got me back in prison once again. I used my only phone call to contact my daddy. Got 20 long years for some dust in a baggie.
Fire. I actually really like this. Is very, very festive. It's very bouncy. I kind of feel like he's talking about drugs over here. I heard like methamphetamine. And then afterwards he says, like, I called my daddy and I got 20 long years for dust in a baggie. So I kind of feel like he said life's a sin. So obviously he was living the good life. Essentially, he was taking drugs and whatever else, and then he got caught in possession, and then he got put in prison. So it was maybe a lesson that he learned in his life. But it sounds like, but good Lord, did we have some fun on that shit? You know what I mean? That's where I feel that's where he's going.
20 long years for some dust in a baggie.
Go on, bro. That's all it wants to say. So, yeah.
Well, if I would have listened to what Mom and Papa said, I wouldn't be locked up in prison, troubled in head. I took that little pipe and sucked into my mind with spun, but I got 20 years to sit and think of what I've done.
Yep. If you only had listened to your parents, and you know, none of us do. Every time we get to you know, when your kids get to like 15, 16, 17 years old, you know what I mean? I mean, my father used to tell me when I was like 17, he says, why don't you just move out the house? Like, just move out the house, you know, while you still know everything, move out the house. You know what I mean? Yo, you know everything better than everybody else. Well, this is, you're successful, bro. Move out while you still know everything before you lose all that knowledge. Move out the house, you know what I mean? And then you tend to realize only later in life, shit, if I just listened to my parents, but every kid goes through it, and it's always a lesson you have to learn. It's part of life. You got to take the risk. You got to make the mistakes, and the only way for you to learn anything in life is to actually make those mistakes. It's trial and error. It doesn't make you a failure. It just means that you fail better again and again and again and again. And life's all about that. It's about failing better, right? I personally believe that success is not defined by an end moment, by a destination. It's defined by how well you fail every time. If you fail better every time, you're succeeding. Let's go.
Was fun, but I got 20 years to sit and think of what I've done. This life of sin has got me in. Well, it's got me back in prison once again. I used my only phone call to contact my daddy. Got 20 long years for some dust in a baggie. Jack Walker.
I'm loving the strings over here. The strings is absolutely... This just sounds like America. This sounds just so America right here. You know what I mean? Let's go. Hey.
Well, sometimes I sit and wonder where my little life went wrong. These old jailhouse blues have got me singing this old song. My life is a disaster, Lord, and I feel so ashamed. Cause I'm where they call me by a number, not a name.
My life is a disaster and I feel such a shame because now they call me by a number and not my name. Right? His prison number? Fire.
Life is sin. Life is sin. It's got me in. Well, it's got me back in prison once again. I used my only phone call to contact my daddy. Got 20 long years for some dust in a baggie.
Telling you guys, you can't beat string instruments. Okay, look, piano's flipping amazing, but for me personally, the string instruments are just. You know what I mean? They just. Let's go.
This life is sin. It's got me here. Well, it's got me back in prison once again. Used my only phone call to contact my daddy. Got 20 long years for some dust in a baggie. I used my only phone call to contact my daddy. Got 20 long years for some dust in a baggie.
Fire.
Thank you folks so much.
That's fire. That was also so much fun. That was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. With regards to like 20 years for some dust in a baggie, that's a bit heavy. That's a bit heavy. And I know I've actually read a couple of articles with regards to like incarcerations and things like that. And actually imprisoning people for possession of drugs, or you know, at the time there were a lot of people that were placed in prison, specifically in the USA, for the possession of weed. And even the harder drugs, essentially. 20 years is it's just you to put somebody away for 20 years for a possession of drugs, or to put somebody away for a couple of years for possession of weed, right? I think is a little bit too harsh. I think from a sort of like a rehabilitation scenario, putting them in prison is pretty heavy. I think that they should have taken a different tact and put them in rehabilitation centers or rehabilitation sort of rehabs and places like that to assist them further. But hey, listen, a lot of those laws have been changed in the USA, and yeah, it's just a progression. But I was never a thing of like, how are you gonna put somebody away for drug possession for that long time, specifically when there are much worse crimes that are happening out there that you know, deserve those sort of years essentially. But hey, you know, nothing was ever perfect. You know, we can't judge people today by yesterday's standards. So anyway, I love you all, man. Please stay safe, please stay healthy. I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you, Sarah Anderson, for this. This was super fun. I love you all. Peace.